Woohoo! I'm loving the vibes today. I threw the Christmas trees up because you know what? It's time, you guys. It is time. I got the ball sack bun going on. I haven't done the ball sack bun in a long time, and I don't know why. So these trees were sitting out on my counter right over here, the countertop that I have, waiting. Just waiting to go up in my house. Now, I'm in the middle of a lot of projects right now, so I'm not putting out my decor yet, but they had to come in this video. I haven't even zhuzhed that one yet. Literally just came out of the box. Those are from Target. They're flocked trees in basket, which is gonna go great in my living room, family room area. And I did get 2 other trees from Target that are a little bit more chic in like a modern kind of black vase that's gonna go in here. As you can tell, I'm very excited about it. Today I'm gonna be doing a Q&A. I asked on Instagram if you guys have any questions you wanna ask me. It's been a long time since I've done just like a chill Q&A video, so that's what I'm gonna be doing today. I did that little feature on Instagram where you can send a question through stories. All right, so there are a lot of questions in here. I'm kind of scrolling through right now. A lot of deep questions, so I feel like we're about to get into it today. The first one that I'm just seeing offhand that I thought was interesting, so update on your boob reduction surgery. Was it worth it? I didn't have a reduction. I mean, technically, there was a reduction. He did remove some tissue, but I really got a lift and an augmentation was like the main thing. Technically it was a reduction, but I don't tell people it was a reduction because it's kind of like, what? It's always been a little bit tricky for me to talk about. I wasn't even sure after I had my surgery if I was gonna tell people that I got it, but it was gonna be kind of obvious, right? So I just never wanted to put it out there into the world that people needed to do this, or if I have a lot of young people watching, I don't want them to feel like they have to do this. So it's a very tricky situation, talking about it. But for me, it was 100% worth it. I feel like it was something I was so unhappy with and I really struggled with personally. So that's why I decided to do it, to do a lift. They went up really high. When I see my before photos, I'm like, oh my gosh. It's crazy to see how different I look. I'm really glad I did it, and would I do it? I would 100% have done it again. This is a funny one. Somebody said, advice to young Katie, what would it be? Stop drinking so much, please. Would you consider doing more daily vlogs? Love watching your simple day-to-day vlogs. Thank you. I've gone through phases of where I vlog a lot, and then sometimes there was a time when I wanted to do weekly vlogs, and I tried it. And I have so much respect for people that do weekly vlogs and daily vlogs. I'm just like, oh my gosh, I don't know how you do it. For me, it kind of put a lot of pressure on me to do something every day, which part of it was good. It got me out of the house, got me going to do things that maybe I wouldn't normally do. But another part of it was kind of I felt like I was recording everything to a point that I was missing out on what was going on in front of me without a phone. I do see a lot of people comment, when I watch other people's vlogs, I see a lot of people commenting oh my God, look, everybody has their camera out, everybody has their phone out, everybody's recording. And that's how vlogs happen. The vlog that you're watching, somebody's recording it. It just so happens that, 10 other people around them are vlogging too. I just felt like I was constantly thinking about, oh, I should be filming this, I should be filming this, I should be filming this. And then I just felt like I wasn't living. You know what I mean? I won't be doing daily vlogs anytime soon. I would like to do more vlogs. My favorite brand of bottled water. You know what's funny about this? I feel like people are either big on bottled water or they don't give a shit at all. I am one of those people, if you put 10 different flavors of water in front of me or 10 different brands, I would not know the difference between any of them. John is bougie when it comes to bottled water. I do the water, the big 5-gallon water jugs. That way I use less water bottles. But I couldn't tell the difference between Fiji or Arrowhead, okay? And I know people feel very passionately about Arrowhead water. I think it tastes fine. My mom's been asking me this same question and I'm really struggling right now because it's not going so good. Will you be doing keto for the holidays? So this past weekend for my birthday, I went in, you guys. I was in Big Bear and it felt kind of like holidays. Big Bear is like a mountain town. I want to, I really do. I feel very motivated right now to get back in the swing of things. Yes, I will be keto for the holidays. And this is my accountability moment right here, because if I say it on camera, then I'm gonna remember it every time I think about not doing it. So I'm gonna go ahead and say yes, I will be keto for the holidays. If I could collaborate with any fashion or clothing brand, who would it be? I would love to do something like athleisure. I feel like it's totally my vibe. I love comfortable, cool clothing. Wow, there's so many brands. You know what'd be sick is doing a sweat like sweatpants and sweatshirt. Something with Champion I think would be really fun. That'd be sick. It would be sick as fuck. What is your favorite thing about yours and Desi's friendship? Well, first of all, Desi, I miss you very much right now. She's in South Africa on her dream trip, which looks incredible. I love watching it. The thing with your best friend is you can go to each other's houses and you don't have to like host them at all. You know what I mean? Like she could come here and I could not even be home and she could be chilling. I could go to her house when she's not even there and like I'd be fine. I feel like that's one of my favorite things because it makes me feel very comfortable and very welcomed. Half the time that's what I do. I'll usually just go to her house, I'll go in, I'll go sit on the couch, and maybe I'll text her like, hey, I'm here. How is it going with 3 doggies in the house? 4 if you count Taz. Listen, you guys, it got real. I'm not gonna lie to you. You know, one thing I don't want to do is like sugarcoat things and be like, oh my God, things are going so good, but I don't want to sound complainy either, okay? If you guys don't know, if it hasn't been clarified, Taz, the little deer looking dog, is my mom's dog. My mom does not live with me. A lot of people ask that question. She lives very close to me, but she doesn't live with me. The puppy, who still does not have a name, because many of you have asked that as well, she really has come out of her shell. Like I'm low key, like, can you go back in the shell a little bit more? You're out a little too much now. I forgot what it was like to have a puppy. I'm a little shook right now, you guys. It's a lot to handle. So a lot of the other questions are, have you picked a name for it yet? And the answer is no. I feel like a terrible person. What is your most prized possession? Ooh, things. I usually, honestly, I don't die for things, if that makes sense. I guess it's something that I just really love would be my iPad, just because I can carry around my TV shows that I like to watch all the time. Mainly Friends. I like to have background noise going on. If it's too quiet, I'm just like, ugh. But I love having my iPad. My iPad is something I really like. Other prized possession for me would probably be my Jeep, my Wrangler. Surprisingly, I don't know if you guys remember, about 8 months ago maybe, we were gonna sell it and John drove it to CarMax and everything, and the line ended up being too long, so he didn't sell it. But that's one thing, and then somebody else was gonna buy it too, and then that didn't end up working out, like a third party. So I felt like after the second time it didn't sell, that it was meant to be that I just keep it. It's like the kind of car where you wanna roll the windows down. I know I'm not allowed to call it a car, but vehicle. That you just want to roll the windows down, like take in some sun, feel the wind, listen to some music, listen to some tunes, and just go cruising in. I feel like it's a very peaceful place for me. So that would probably be one of my most prized possessions, is my Jeep. Do you and John plan on moving soon? You mentioned it in your video. If so, how soon? So we don't have plans on moving, but this was in my backyard update video where I talked about we were doing this in case we decided to sell the house. I feel like we could end up being movers, you know what I mean? I don't think we're ever gonna be married to one place. So when I'm doing things like changes inside the house or doing the backyard, which is a really big project, I try to think about selling it. Is this gonna be something like, I don't want it to be overly custom, you know what I mean? So I just wanna make sure that it would be a good fit for everybody pretty much. So that's kind of like what we think about when we're doing those finishes. Now, are we planning on moving? We don't have any plans on moving, but if it happens, then it happens, you know? Top 5 self-care mental health break tips. I feel like this is something that's good to talk about, especially in the age of social media and like seeing so many other people's lives out there and what everybody else is doing. I think it's important to take breaks, especially from social media. I like to take my dogs for walks. That's one thing. Taking them for walks, like nice long walks, or to the park or something, that's something that just clears my mind. I feel like I don't really think about anything else. Like that's like a time that I actually like kind of chill out and mellow out. Another thing that I do is I put my phone away because, you know, obviously I'm on Instagram, I'm on YouTube, I'm on all Twitter, you know, talking a lot on Twitter. So one thing that I like to do is just put my phone away. Sometimes I feel like if I go on Instagram, I see all this stuff that's going on and it just like makes you think, it makes you, oh, should I be doing that? Should I do this? Da-da-da. So I feel like just putting it away is something that really helps. I like going shopping with my mom. Specifically Target and Home Goods is something that I like to do. I feel like the Christmas decorating season is something that I really enjoy doing, and so going to Target with my mom or going shopping with my mom and just hanging out with her is something that I feel like really like grounds me and pulls me out of like the social media world, which can sometimes feel overwhelming. I also just like to sit and have talks with John, and I feel like a lot of times like I just end up venting to him so much. I feel like he is the only person that understands everything about me. Like he gets everything, and that's one of the reasons why I love him so much. He helps calm me, he helps de-stress me, he helps ground me, and That's one thing. I just vent to him. I usually end up like in tears, just talking about stuff that I didn't even know it was on my mind, but I just talk about it, and I feel like it just gets everything off my plate, and I just feel so much better. So I guess venting would be the last one. How are you always good vibes and positive? I feel like I struggle with that. Let me tell you guys, I am not all good vibes and positive. You know, one thing in social media, it's this weird balance of like, I want to portray positivity and I want to always be positive and give off good vibes. But do I always feel that way? No. Are you kidding me? Of course I don't always feel that way. Of course I have issues that I don't talk about on camera that I deal with personally, because I'm not going to talk about everything on camera, okay? Deep down, I am like an emotional person. I just don't talk about it. I don't express it. And I think that's why I go through like a really long time of being just like, whoo, chilling. And then I just have this like epic meltdown, and it is not cute, okay? Let me tell you that. It's not cute, but John's always there for me. Thank you, John. Do you have any more remodel or redecorating plans once the backyard is done? Once the backyard is done, I think I am done with any type of construction. I am done with that. Like, people that live in a remodeling the inside of their house, so many props to you. I don't know how you do it. I don't think I could handle it. I think I would just go crazy. But inside the house, everything else is just cosmetic, I guess you could say, just furnishing, decorating, stuff like that. No big projects inside the house. And then outside, that is it. I am done. Once this project is done, I am done. Do you have any advice for a 20-year-old that can't figure out what to do with their life? This is something that I would tell younger Katie, actually, is you don't have to know what you want to do with your life when you're 20 years old. It's probably annoying hearing that, but when I was 20, I mean, I was working at In-N-Out until I was like 23. I knew I wanted to do something in makeup when I was like, when did I start my channel? When I was like 25, I think? Even the years before I started my channel, I knew I wanted to do something in makeup. Like that, I knew. I was like, I love makeup, I love the beauty industry, but what do I want to do in that industry? And even in that industry, I worked in a few different like places in the industry before I figured out what I really enjoyed doing. So I wouldn't overstress about trying to figure out, okay, this is what I'm gonna do, and this is what I'm gonna do for the rest of my life, because things are gonna change. So I would just say, don't put too much pressure on yourself. Find things that interest you, find things that you enjoy, and try and follow that the best that you can. I always went for security, and I feel like John was the one that kind of pulled me out of that into doing something that I loved, and I feel like that's when I became the best version of myself, is when I went into something that I really love doing. So I have to thank John for that, because I would never have done it on my own. I would never have quit a salaried job, like with benefits, insurance, and all that, if it wasn't for him. I don't know, things are gonna change a lot. You never know what can happen. So I would just say, don't put too much pressure on yourself, but try and find things that you really enjoy doing. I like this one. How does it feel to be 30? Is it the new 20s? I feel fabulous being 30, okay? Being in my 30s, I feel much more secure, comfortable. I have a home, I have dogs, I'm married. Like, shit's way different going into my 30s than it was in my 20s. So I feel great being in my 30s. I'm very happy. I have a lot of things to be thankful for, a lot of things to be grateful for. I'm very, very happy at where I'm at in life right now. Hopefully my 40s will be even better than my 30s. Where is your next travel destination? My next travel destination, I really want to go to like Alaska, Montana, I think would be sick. But I really want to do like a London, Ireland, Scotland, over there kind of vibes. I want to go see the Harry Potter set studio. Will you be doing a test to find out your new pup's breed or breeds? We actually did do a DNA test on her. We already got the results back. So she's 50% cattle dog, which is kind of like duh, you know. 12.5% beagle, which was a little surprising. Her bark sounds like a beagle though, I'll tell you that. She's got a bark on her, you guys. And then I think the other 12.5% must have been a mistake because it said chow chow. I'm thinking she had a little bit of Turbo's DNA in her mouth, because chow chow, she's tiny, there's no way. How are you gonna fix the concrete paw indentations? Laughing faces, love you and your pigs. I'm just gonna tell you guys a story since we're here, and I feel like I gotta explain what happened. Okay, so here, as you guys can see, there was a situation. So yesterday they were pouring the concrete. Obviously we have to keep all the dogs inside. If we let them out one door, they can go around, whatever. Anyway, John opens the door to talk to our contractor who's outside, and the little pig gets out, the new pig. Of course, she doesn't know. If you tell Turb or Zoe, like, stay there, they're gonna stay there. She doesn't know yet. Anyway, so she runs outside, and I'm sure John yelled, and she probably freaked out, did a U-turn, came back inside the house, and ran on the couch, all throughout everywhere, you guys. I'm telling you, it was, for me, it was a moment. Do you know when you're just like, you're so like up to here just with things, you know, there's just a lot of shit going on. And then something like that happens and you're just kind of like, I actually paused. I completely paused. Like, I said, it's gonna be like that today. This was supposed to be my last day of dirt in the house and it's gonna be like that. Never did I think I'd be cleaning concrete out of the couch. This is so sweet. Somebody said, how are you doing? Like, genuinely. Lots of love from Sydney. That's so sweet. Thank you. Big picture, I'm doing really, really well. I'm very happy. No real complaints here. Day to day, at the moment, I'm going a little crazy here, you guys. I'm not gonna lie. Your go-to foundation. Ooh, boy. I feel like I always end up falling back in love with the Armani Luminous Silk. I love that foundation. I'm still holding a mirror in my hand. I know this. What other foundation? I love the Smashbox Studio Skin. I think is incredible. Makeup Forever Ultra HD and their Matte Velvet Skin. I really like. These are the ones that I have right here. I have a separate area of foundations over there. I'm like, why am I still holding that mirror? I mean, the list goes on. How much time do you have? How much time do you really have right now? I love this question because I feel like it's just so relatable to life, my life in particular. How long does it take you to get back on track after eating Yum Yum donuts? Let me tell you guys this, okay? I have never in my life have I really liked donuts until I started keto. It was like one night at 3 in the morning, John and I were on our way home. He wanted to go get donuts. Yum Yum was the only one. It's like a 24-hour establishment. We never wanted to go there. We just thought it was like a chain, so we didn't think it was anything great. And then we went there and it was like, oh my God. Let me tell you guys something. I've had more donuts in the past maybe 2 or 3 months since the first time that we went. More donuts then than I have in my entire life. If that puts something into perspective for you for how things are going for me for keto right now. Oh, this question's cute. Which of your pooches is the best snuggler? Zoe. For sure, 100%. Zoe crawls up to you. She says good morning. She lays here. She lays here. She lays here. She lays here. She needs to be on you. Sometimes it's like, my God, get away from me. No, it's never like that. Turbo has never been a cuddler. I don't know if you guys remember when I first adopted her, I was like, does she hate me? And the new pig, she does not like to cuddle. She runs so hot. Her body is like a fire. It's like holding a fireball. I'm like, how are you so warm all the time? All right, you guys, so that wraps up my Q&A for today. That was fun answering your guys' questions. Thanks for sending them in. Also, I will have a tutorial for this look coming this Saturday. Thanks for sending the questions in. I really hope you guys enjoyed this video, and thank you so much for watching. The problem with Lily's chocolate is that it melts really easily. I just found some on my arm. I don't know how long it was there for. Can you get out of my ass right now, dude? Like, I think I got this under control. I don't even know where it came from because I put the chocolate away a while ago. I don't know where I was going with that, actually, so I'm gonna stop that. Hold on.